News 19 Daybreak.
A landmark in women's empowerment, the Crosse Community Theater is presenting the Vagina Monologues. And joining me this morning, we have a couple cast members, Joe Casper and Tina Cropland. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Carly.
It is lovely to have you ladies here. So I've seen Vagina Monologues before, but for those who haven't, what's the premise of this show?
Telling the story of women, how sometimes we're uncomfortable talking about our vaginas. It talks about women's empowerment, sexual health, sexual identity. It's just a very powerful story gathered from many, many women.
And it is rated R, so that is something to be aware of, you know, if you're watching this with the kids at home. Why is it rated R specifically?
There are a lot of triggering and traumatic events that we talk about. We, especially in my monologue, it talks about some triggering things that are not for all ages, and it's mostly to show just every side of life, even though we have a monologue that's just very comedic and talking about tampons and how tampons are annoying and disgusting and just so horrible to use. On the flip side, we have a monologue talking about a trans girl who was beaten throughout her life by her town for who she was. And so it's a show that goes up and down a lot, but it tries to take into account everybody's experiences, and so that it can tell like a truthful, like honest story of women of all identities. So,
definitely. Yeah. So there's a lot to take away from it. It's very educational and empowering and something worth seeing, I would say.
And I don't think, it's a topic about vaginas, but it's not just for women. Men can have a takeaway from this as well. They can learn empathy, compassion, and like Joe said, it's comedic as well.
Yeah, something that everyone can take away. Thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thank you, Carly.